Poll reveals a major challenge for President Biden's 2024 chance to stay in the White House for another 4 years. A CNN poll saying a third of Americans believe that Mr. Biden deserves to be reelected. But 54% of Democrat and Democratic-leaning voters, more than half, would prefer a different candidate. Chris Stirewalt, NewsNation political editor, is joining us now for the Pulse of America. I don't think this is surprising at all. I just think that there's not really a lot of competition out there. There's not too many contenders. Marianne Williamson, a Kennedy.
Yeah, you know, the thing about Joe Biden, he's never been Democrats' first choice. He wasn't, he finished basically last in Iowa, second to last or something in Iowa when he ran for president in 2008. He was nobody's heartthrob choice among Democrats when he won in 2020. But what he does offer to Democrats is a plausible path to keep Donald Trump out of the White House. And for a lot of Democrats, that's probably enough.
That's enough. Again, do you really think that history would repeat itself? Because when Trump and Biden went against each other, it was often compared to a contest of a lesser evil. Do you really think that Americans have that same amount of bandwidth to just choose what they don't want and, in essence, default to Biden?
Most elections, most Americans are well acquainted with the concept of not voting for someone, but voting against someone. We don't get many heroes in our politics, and that's okay. We look for heroes elsewhere. We look for them in our family. We look for them in our communities. That's where we look for those people. In politics, generally, people are comfortable with the idea that they're choosing against something rather than choosing for something. Negative partisanship has a lot of corrosive, damaging consequences. But look, we have not just arrived here. This is where we've been in American politics for quite a while.
But don't you think we're at a different time now? I mean, again, I'm just playing. I don't want to say the devil's advocate, the angel's advocate. I want to pick the other side here and think we have gone through so much history in this short 3 years. We have gone through dramatic changes culturally in our medical community. There's just a shift happening. Is there any way that we'll be surprised, just like people were when Mr. Trump got elected?
Well, the longer that, the more it looks like Donald Trump is going to be the Republican nominee, the safer that Joe Biden becomes. That's the thing. Joe Biden needs Donald Trump because that's the rationale for him to be the Democratic nominee and to win a second term. As you say, if we were talking about all of the people in America, if we were talking about the 200 million or whatever Americans who are eligible for the office of the presidency, we would not choose these two guys. That wouldn't be anybody's choice. But in a binary system, in a two-party system, where the Republicans are really trapped, right? The Republicans have gotten stuck someplace with Donald Trump. And as long as that's the case, that necessitates in the minds of many Democrats Joe Biden.
Oh, we'll either see history repeated or we'll make some history. NewsNation political editor Chris Stirewalt. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.